Credit card companies invest hundreds of millions every year studying behavioral psychology, not to help you, to manipulate you. They've discovered 7 psychological exploits built directly into the card you're holding to make you spend more. Some are in the design, some are in the rewards program. One is literally in the weight of the plastic. By the end of this video, you'll see that card completely differently, and you'll understand why the average American carries over $6,000 in credit card debt. Let's start with the most dangerous one, because this trick is active every single time you swipe. Trick 1. The pain removal. MIT neuroscientists put people in brain scanners and watched what happened when they spent money. Cash payments lit up the pain centers of the brain. The same areas that activate when you burn your hand. Credit cards? Nothing. Zero pain response. They called it the anesthesia effect. Your credit card is numbing the pain of spending. And here's the proof. McDonald's tracked customer spending by payment method. Same menu, same food, same restaurant. Credit card users spent up to 80% more than cash users, almost double, for identical meals. This isn't about convenience, it's about pain avoidance. When you hand someone $50 in cash, you feel it leave your hand. You see your wallet get thinner, your brain registers loss. Credit card, you tap plastic, nothing leaves, nothing hurts, just a number you'll deal with later. And credit card companies know this. That's why they invented contactless payments. Now you don't even enter a PIN, just tap. They removed the last moment of friction, the last chance for your brain to ask, do I really need this? Look at your card right now. See that contactless symbol? That's exploit number 1, built directly into the plastic. But removing pain is just the beginning, because there's a second trick you can actually feel with your hands right now, and you've never noticed it once. Trick 2, the weight manipulation. Pick up your credit card. Feel how light it is? That's deliberate. Premium credit cards weigh more. Metal cards, heavy plastic. Basic cards, deliberately lightweight. Why does this matter? Because your brain associates weight with value. Studies in consumer psychology show that heavier objects are perceived as more valuable and more important. When something feels heavy, your brain treats decisions involving it more seriously. Premium card users are slightly more careful with spending, not because they're smarter, because their card feels substantial. Basic card users treat their card like it's disposable, because it feels like cheap plastic. And when the card feels cheap, spending with it feels less significant. Credit card companies know exactly what they're doing. They make premium cards out of metal to appeal to high-income users who want status. But they also know those users will be slightly more cautious because the card feels important. Basic cards are light plastic because they want you to use them carelessly. Swipe without thinking. Tap without hesitating. The lighter the card, the lighter the psychological weight of using it. Feel your card again. If it feels like nothing, that's exploit number 2. But the weight is just physical manipulation. The next trick happens so fast, you don't even realize you made a decision, and it's destroying your ability to think before you spend. Trick 3, the contactless speed. Remember when you had to sign for credit card purchases? That's gone. Remember when you had to enter a PIN? Also gone. Now you just tap. 1 second. Transaction complete. This isn't for your convenience. It's to eliminate decision time. Behavioral economists found that friction reduces impulse purchases. A signature takes 4 seconds. A PIN takes 5 seconds. Contactless takes 1 second. That difference matters. No time to reconsider. No time to think, do I need this? Just tap and it's done. Credit card companies call this reducing transaction friction. What they mean is eliminating the moment where customers might change their mind. Test this yourself. Next time you're about to buy something, pause for 10 seconds before tapping. Count to 10. You'll be shocked how often you decide you don't actually need it. That's the friction they removed. That's exploit number 3. But speed and weight are just surface-level tricks, because the next 4 exploits go deeper. They're hidden in the numbers on your card, your statement, and your rewards program. And these are the ones that trap people for years. Trick 4, the credit limit anchor. Look at your credit card limit. Let's say it's $10,000. Your brain just created a budget of $10,000, even though you never intended to spend that much. This is called anchoring bias. Psychologists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman discovered that the first number you see becomes a reference point for all future decisions. Credit card companies weaponize this. They give you a $10,000 limit, not because they think you can afford it. They give it to you because it makes smaller purchases feel insignificant. You're at $2,300 in charges, your brain thinks, I'm only at 23% of my limit. I'm fine. No, you're not fine. You're $2,300 in debt, but the anchor makes it feel small. Research shows people with higher credit limits spend significantly more on average, not because they have more money, because the higher number gives them psychological permission. And here's the sinister part. Credit card companies regularly increase your limit without asking. You check your account one day and suddenly your $5,000 limit is now $8,000. You didn't request this. You don't need it. But now your brain has a new anchor, and spending $3,000 feels more reasonable than it did yesterday. Check your card limit right now. Has it increased in the past year without you asking? That's exploit number 4. Trick 5. The points illusion. Congratulations, you earned 2,500 points. Your brain just released dopamine. You didn't win anything. You spent money. But the credit card company framed spending as earning. This is variable ratio reinforcement, the same psychology that makes slot machines addictive. Every swipe gives you points. Every bill gives you miles. Every purchase feels like winning. Studies show people with rewards cards spend 12 to 18% more than people without them. Not because the rewards are worth it, because the dopamine hit makes spending feel like gaining. But here's the math they don't want you to do. Average rewards card, 1.5% cashback. Average credit card interest rate, 22%. If you carry any balance at all, you're paying 22% to earn 1.5%. That's a 20.5% loss disguised as a reward. But your brain doesn't calculate that. It just knows swipe equals points. Points feel good. Check your card right now. Does it have a rewards program? That's exploit number 5, designed to make you spend more while feeling like you're winning. Trick 6, the minimum payment trap. Look at your credit card statement. Total balance, $3,847. Minimum payment, $96. Which number does your brain focus on? $96. That's the trap. Credit card companies are required to show you the minimum payment, but they designed it to become your anchor. You see $96 and think, I can afford that. You're not thinking about the $3,847. You're thinking about $96. This is called payment framing. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who focus on minimum payments take 3 times longer to pay off debt and pay 3 times more in interest because they never think about the total. They just think, I can make the minimum this month. But here's what they're not telling you. If you only pay the minimum on a $3,000 balance at 20% interest, it'll take you 14 years to pay off, and you'll pay $4,800 in interest. You'll pay $7,800 total for a $3,000 purchase, but the minimum payment makes that invisible. Check your last statement right now. How prominently is the minimum payment displayed compared to the total balance? That's exploit number 6. Trick 7, the autopay invisibility. Autopay sounds responsible. I'll never miss a payment. But here's what it actually does. It makes your spending invisible. When you manually pay your credit card bill, you see the total. You feel it. You register, I spent this much. Autopay eliminates that moment. The money just leaves automatically. You never consciously process it. Research shows people with autopay enabled tend to spend more per month because they never have the, oh God, I spent how much cash moment. That moment is painful, and pain is your protection. It makes you reconsider next month's spending. Credit card companies push autopay aggressively. Never miss a payment. Sign up today. They're not worried about you missing payments. They're worried about you seeing the total and cutting back. Check your account right now. Is autopay enabled? That's exploit number 7. Here's how you fight back. Switch to cash for discretionary spending. Delete your card from your phone. Ignore your credit limit entirely. Calculate your actual rewards. Hide the minimum payment. Disable autopay. Pay manually. Add back the friction they remove. If this just changed how you see credit cards, subscribe right now. We expose the psychology designed to empty your bank account every single week.